Newbee here on the other end. They've got Disruptor, Doom, and Leshrac. I really have been liking core Leshrac recently, especially when you've got a Doom and a Disruptor. You've got the catch potential with the Glimpse. You can line up the Split Earth. I think it's very good here to have that Disruptor with the Leshrac. I'd like to see a position for maybe Shadow Shaman come out for Newbee. I think that would give you long range, of course, with the Aether Lens and the with Aether Lens as well as the level 15 talent. Shadow Shaman is a hero that brings a lot to the table in terms of longer range initiation that you don't need a blink for necessarily. You just need that Aether Lens in level 15. Even with just the Aether Lens, the longer ranged hexes with the shackles, that could lead to Leshrac getting a Split Earth out. He's got some very good push potential. He usually is paired up with a Shadow Shaman to get even more push capabilities out there when you've got the Serpent Ward. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Shadow Shaman come out here for Sirius if they want to kind of give a pick ban. So let's see what they go to. Sand King and Bane do give a little bit of control. I'd like to see something more here than just Sand King and Bane. I wouldn't mind the Shadow Shaman on either of these teams, to be quite honest. But let's see. 57 seconds of reserve time. Shadow Shaman, of course, having that second highest base damage. There with the Drow Ranger, that means his harassment in lane is going to be that much better. He's going to be really good. I think it works here for both teams. So let's see. I mean, let's go back to talking about how the team kind of lines up. You've got HYM in the 5 position now with Tianming taking over in the 4, Sylar in the 1, Inflame in the 3. Batrider is banned out. It was the last ban of Newbee's previous phase, which is great because Inflame is, and a lot of the offlaners in the Chinese region are amazing Batrider players. So I'm not really too shocked to see that banned. So I think I like it. Ooh, Lina. Okay, so Lina leaves open the Shadow Shaman. I think that's got to be Newbee's next pick, unless they want to make me look foolish, which, I mean, if you watch me, happens a lot. Lina gives you stun, gives you burst potential. I really like it here. You can line that up with, say, the Burrow Strike into the LSA. Lina does a lot and works with this Drow Ranger, so I like it. It's not a bad pick. I don't think you're really forced into taking the Shadow Shaman. I believe it's still going to get picked here for Newbee, but we'll have to see. Right now you've got the Doom, the Disruptor, the Leshrac. Sometimes you see a Blink Dagger or drums on the Doom. You want to be able to get into that positioning, get that movement speed out there. With having the Centaur Stomp picked up from a Devoured creep and getting Infernal Blade. I think it's just, from what I've been seeing, it's what? Infernal Blade, only 1 level. It's a value level with max Scorched Earth and max Devour. And this could be Jaja on the Leshrac. I wouldn't be too surprised. I've seen it mid, but I think it's more of a Jaja hero from what I've been seeing from Newbee.
Radiant team back.
Yeah, alright, so that pretty much, unless they're going to throw this Leshrac into the 4 position, which I don't believe to be true. Templar Assassin gets picked up here with the Leshrac, Disruptor, and Doom. Gives you slow. You've got lockdown. I'd like to see another stun. That's where I really love this Shadow Shaman. I'm surprised it's been just ignored. It works for both these teams, and Newbee will have the next pick that I would say, if it doesn't get banned, Shadow Shaman, right?
5 seconds remaining.
Tidehunter gets banned, so maybe they are thinking this Leshrac. Or no. They're thinking that the Doom could be 4 with Tidehunter in the 3. They banned Dazzle, so let's see. Let's see. What do you got for me, Newbee? Make me seem intelligent. I mean, if either team picks it, I'll feel a little bit better.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
What? Alright, Earthshaker works out here. I mean, it's a stun. You'll get that block early in the off lane. Lay down that fissure. So, Earthshaker, Templar Assassin, Leshrac, Disruptor, Doom. Sirius, please. It's not banned, right? I'm not blind? No, it's not banned. Come on. Come on.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm saying Shadow Shaman. Give it to me. 14 seconds. I'm stepping back. Fade away 3. 8 seconds left. Do I hit it or do I just look stupid? I think he lines up the
Choose your hero.
Alright. Alright. 4 position Lena. Or 5 position Lena. 4 position Bane. Inflame on the Sand King. ASD on the Storm Spirit mid. Sylar with the Drow Ranger. Am I stupid? I'll find out in chat in 5 minutes if they're just thinking, why is he saying Shadow Shaman this much? I don't know. Wasey on the 4 position Earthshaker. Fenrir on the 5 position Disruptor. It will be that 1 position Lestrak with the mid TA. All in on that off lane Doom. Sylar back to the 1 position with that Drow Ranger. So, I'm really excited. I really am excited. I'm excited to see how Sylar kind of rebounds. I'd love to see him do something like a 22-0 or some crazy non-dying, just dominates the game kind of thing. They've got mobility here with the Storm Spirit. With control, they could always set up with the Fiend's Grip if they're going for a pickoff. They go into the Fiend's Grip, ball lightning all the way over. And then they could potentially get the kill. They've got the lockdown to set up, and for some reason when I'm in lobby, these openings like to load really weird. So here we go. There it is. Okay, that was, yeah. Okay, Dota. I don't know what your deal is recently, but I mean, if you could start loving me again, that would be appreciative. So let's go. Let's get this underway. I'm really excited. I know a lot of people like to talk about how minor qualifiers aren't as exciting, or the teams aren't up to snuff with, say, the major qualifiers. This is the Chinese region. There is so much depth to this region. Like, you have three teams that have qualified for the major, and I would say at least half these teams, if not 4 out of the 6 that are in this qualifier right now, could have made it to that major. I really do truthfully believe that. And I think maybe a little bit more now that Sylar is back in the 1 position. Right? Am I wrong here? I don't know. But Team Sirius is an Team Aster org squad. I don't even know how to say that. Like, is Aster an org and they're just the squad? Team Sirius? Who knows? But and then they're up against Newbee. Pretty famous org. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. Sylar over bottom by himself, but he's got the rotations of HYM as well as Inflame coming over. This could indicate a lane swap to come out of this. Meanwhile, TM Ming, being the MVP he is, just picking up 2 bounty runes over top. I will never forget that gif of him freaking out at the miner. He's got a lot of passion, and I love to see that. So let's see. How's this going? You've got Earthshaker bottom. He didn't end up blocking his own creeps. He ends up blocking their creeps, and this will get the creeps under tower. Make it a little bit harder for Sylar to get these last hits to start. HYM comes over. They still have Inflame here. Meanwhile, Tian Ming just farming top. All right. Fenrir's top here by himself. I think they were looking for the matchup. They do show Sylar over bottom. Meanwhile, mid is no surprise with ASD up against SCCC on the TA. And then how are the rotations going? Alwyn going over into the top lane with Jaja going in towards bottom. So you can line up a Fissure with the Split Earth. The push potential will be there with Lestrak with the Diabolic Edict. I'm interested to see how this goes. Meanwhile, mid already 5-1 for ASD. With Inflame coming over, he hasn't even gotten a lane yet. They might even go for first blood here. Gets into the trees. Inflame needs to be quite careful with ASD already low. They'll both pop salves. They do come over to try and disrupt SCCC, but he's got a salve as well. So the pressure comes out of the tier 1 tower, and they're already doing chip damage to the tier 1 just a minute and a half in like this. So, still just Tian Ming by himself, which is a bit of a surprise here, as Inflame just continues to come over towards bottom. Are they going to swap the lanes, or are they just going to let Bane farm? Because Tian Ming's definitely not the 3, but he is level 3. Thunderclap early, Brain Sap already level 2, hasn't skilled into anything else just yet. He's having a good time. Meanwhile, over mid, ASD in trouble, one shot away, and there it is. Will not miss, and SCCC will draw first blood over on ASD as Wasey made the rotation. So an early lead there as Newbee like to take advantage. Vortex coming in from ASD, continue to put on pressure to SCCC. Just pushing him back. His regen sitting a little bit low, but he's got a regular tango and a shared tango. No difference, just, you know. From a, you know, it's when your friend shares a little bit of a slice of an orange. It's not your orange, it's shared orange. Or shared tangerine. 16-4 already for StarLadder, who has finally made his way over towards top. He's level 3, as is Tian Ming. He's going to be happy in this situation. Got Wasey up over towards top. He's by himself as the Earthshakers. They put 3 heroes over bottom. Tian Ming will come around. The Frost Arrows hit for a moment. The Earthshaker needs to be careful, but he spotted Bane coming in. Let's see what he's able to do. StarLadder just continuing to farm, and, well, won't even really bother in going in onto the Earthshaker. But now with Jaja here, Tian Ming needs to be a bit careful himself. Get hit by a fissure, the Split Earth comes in, and, well, that could be a problem. Throwing out that Split Earth, but Wasey trying to set up behind them. He wants to block them from really making it easily out if he were to go for the fissure, but he doesn't end up throwing anything, and StarLadder continuing to just dominate 21-8 to Jaja 6-2. So it's a really fast start right now for the Drow, and this is not shaping up to be that great for Newbee. It's already a 1,000 net worth lead. He'll get hit by the Split Earth, but no worse for wear. Meanwhile, over mid once again, ASD harassing SCCC. He does have Tian Ming nearby, but he's just holding that Invis rune, as that'll be popped immediately, and he's got the bottle filled back up. Rotating over his HYM with the 1-1-1 build, and there's the Invis shown. He's got the Vortex. That'll line up with a stun. The Dragon Slave is thrown. The Brain Sap comes out from Tian Ming. They'll get the kill on SCCC, and it's 2 supports rotating over to get the kill. As HYM gets credit for that one, aka Firefly now, but over towards top, StarLadder's in trouble. 3 heroes are here. They'll get the kill onto the Drow, and this is very crucial to help Jaja kind of get back in terms of farm. He gets credit for the kill. He's 8-2 to the 25 and 8 to the Drow, so he really could use this time to buy back into this lane. Not buy back by buying back, but buy back like getting back into it. So both these mids sitting at level 5. ASD enjoying himself, but now the Nightmare coming through on a Wasey. He needs to be careful. The fissure does hit. They tried to slow him up, and they finally will. They've got the Vortex with the kill. They'll get themselves at least one. The Kinetic Field locks in Tian Ming. He'll try to run away with the Thunder Strike on him. But Glimpse back, and, well, dead before his body could return. So 1-for-1 there for position 4s. Both mids enjoying a little bloodlust there as they both get their kills. And games are starting to even out. Just 5.5 minutes in, we see Newbee finally regain the lead. They were down a little bit over 1,000 net worth very quickly on, and, well, very quickly they bring it right on back. Who's going to hit 6 first? It will be SCCC. Okay, just by like a split second. 1 creep. We see what's coming over. They would like to line up the Nightmare as well as the LSA. Is he going to double back? And now Storm, he is level 6. He has the Ball Lightning and could make his way over. Take a look over mid once again. Wasey waiting here. He's trying to lock an ASD, but they'll go with the Vortex first. They've got the Enfeeble on him as well as the Nightmare. The LSA hits, but the Fissure comes out, saves him for just a moment. They'll still be able to get this kill with the Ball Lightning over. And there it is, AST with another one. So pulling him in with the Vortex, they've got the Nightmare and the LSA lining up. They grab yet another kill over on, or in the mid lane. Jaja looks for the Split Earth randomly onto Inflame, won't find it. Where has Sylar gone? He's back over bottom. So even at 3, and well, Astral Sea will go back inside towards the jungle, while Wacy will look for a couple of levels with the solo experience over mid. He'll hit level 4. He's got 2 into the fissure. We'll see what he's able to do as time kind of progresses. He'd like to have that Blink Dagger. Obviously, ages away at this moment in time. Sour having a very fun time over bottom as he has finally hit level 6. This could be something for Sirius to look at, where maybe he moves back into the jungle, obviously using that marksmanship to farm the jungle pretty efficiently, and potentially moving, say, someone like Firefly over bottom to get that soul experience, and then get that Laguna Blade, or maybe even move Tian Ming there to get Fiend's Grip. So we'll see how that all kind of culminates, if that is the plan here for Sylar to move out of the lane. And well, for right now, he's just sticking over at bottom. Just 8 minutes in, Inflame, he's getting closer to level 6. Wacy coming in, he's going to look for the fissure, and that's going to block him in. They've also got the Splitter through with the Diabolic Edict. Pulse Nova ringing, Burrow Strike comes in, but they've got the Dust, they'll get the kill. And Inflame, just a little bit too far forward, will end up going down. Meanwhile, over bottom, HYM gets the deny on a Sylar. And they look to grab one in return on the Alwyn, but they will lose 2. Luckily for them, one of them is denied. So that is the second time already that Sylar has died, despite having good CS in lane. He's died twice, so things have been a little bit tough for him, at least in the early goings. Switch it over to the net worth. We see Jaja doing well, which is always nice, especially with the, when you've got to line up around Lestrak, you can look to push early on. Maybe opens up some space here for the TA. That combined with the Disruptor, as well as the Earthshaker and the Doom, I think these are 4 heroes that could open up the map potentially for the TA. You go into that Desolator, you have Treads, Blink Dagger, and meanwhile your Lestrak, with the help of his 3 teammates, are looking to push these lanes. The Diabolic Edict, he's gone into level 4, so you get a moment alone at these towers and you will really chunk into them. And that's what Sirius needs to be careful of. They've got an earlier time to line up with Sylar on this Drow Ranger, but he's got to farm up a little bit. He can't just get over there and work at the moment. He'd like to have his supports both level 6 as you're looking for Tian Ming to get that Fiend's Grip. Then they'll have that control to work with. So we'll see how that ends up going as ASD does finally come over bottom. The Ball Lightning as well as the Vortex, but they've got the Disruptor here. There's the Glimpse with the Wall Lightning, I believe, to maybe even avoid it from being sent back. Did I missee that? Or does that even work? Sometimes I feel like I'm so nervous about saying things. And am I right? Am I wrong? Meanwhile, Jaja ends up dying to ASD. They've got Alwyn pushed back. Fenrir getting low. The stun hits from the Lina, and a little bit of lag comes in, but HYM still gets the kill. So 2 kills there. Jaja dying over bottom. He was locked down. They get 2. Looked away as there is a moment where there could have been a kill over towards top on a Wacy, but he ends up walking out of that one as the Burrow Strike was a little bit short. So that value point in the Vortex has been really crucial here. It pulls them in, and really, they've got a lot to lock in these stuns. You've got the Vortex, the LSA, as well as now Fiend's Grip and the Nightmare. With the Burrow Strike, there's so many things here for Sirius that they can work with. And ISD just dying over bottom. And that is with the Doom being used onto the Storm Spirit, so not much he can do there. And so he'll be the one who picks up that Tome of Knowledge. They get that kill, it evens up the game at 5. Got a long time till that Doom is off cooldown, but right now they've got the Echo Slam. They'll be looking into the Blink Dagger. So Wacy going to try and farm where he can and when he can. We'll see if they allow him to maybe get a lane by himself for a little bit again. As he'd love to get that Blink Dagger, and that could really help out. Meanwhile, Bane with the Fiend's Grip. They look over at Jaja. They'll get the kill. Firefly comes in. He'll also use the Laguna Blade. Inflame comes through, but not really needed all too much as they'll get the kill onto this Leshrac once again. Did for the second time. All the while, Sour continuing to farm inside the jungle. He's going into that Dragonlance. He's got himself that Magic Wand ready. And is the Dragonlance coming in right now? It is.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm just going to allow this tier 1 to die, but that's because they're taking the tier 1 bot.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So both teams trading a tower, still going into the Desolator.
Under attack.
1,100 gold away from that one. Or now 1,000 gold away. And they've got the smoke being bought by Tian Ming. We'll see if they set up together. They might have Doom still clocked out, and knowing that that is off cooldown for another 30 seconds or so. And this is an opportunity they could use to move in and go for a couple of kills here, or just go for a pickoff. Blink Dagger will be got first by the TA, electing not to go into the Desolator just yet. So mobility first. And this is looking like a smoke setup. Just a moment. They've got the sentry down. They know there's no vision here. And there's the smoke. HYM is the one who's set up over mid. They're starting to wrap around. HYM will be in trouble. They'll blink forward. They've got the Meld Strike. Burrow Strike comes in, and now you need to see if they're able to get their way out. Static Storm laid down, as well as the Fissure. They'll get themselves two. Inflame dies. Infuse put onto Alwyn. He's Nightmared up and held in. The Nightmare is pulled, but the Fissure was holding him close. The ball lightning forward. ASD looking for a couple kills here. The Echo Slam was used. They'll get the kill on ASD very quickly, but the Gust comes out on a 4. They'll get the kill on Alwyn. They'll get a second on Awasi. They lose 3 for this. Sour does get the double kill, but ASD getting a little ambitious with where he was going in on that one.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Not really too certain why he just went in a little too far. I maybe miscalculated just a bit. So about 15 minutes in, we're still sitting close to even. Oh boy. And it wouldn't be a Chinese game or a Chinese qualifier with a bit of that firewall coming in. As we are at a standstill. We get the tier 1 down over mid. Am I going to get kicked from this game? Usually when I lag like this, I get kicked from the game. Ooh. Static Remnant. Ball Lightning. Everybody's still stuck in one spot, but they come on over. They'll try to get the kill here onto the Leshrac. He's stunned up as the Burrow Strike came out from Inflame. He looks like he's going to die. I would assume he's probably dead. You've got Firefly here with a Laguna Blade, and they will use it. And now we're moving at full speed. We just had to kill someone. There we go. Just the blood sacrifice was needed here. Right? Right, server? Exactly. So 9-8 in favor of Sirius. Blink Dagger picked up here for Wasty, so he did get quite a bit of farm. He's a little bit behind the Sand King, which for him is quite nice, but only a little bit in front of the Lina, who has that Aether Lens going into the Null Talisman, picking up a Ghost Scepter next. He's been trying to farm as much as he can over bottom, but always has to be careful of a potential Doom coming his way. TM Ming sitting here by himself, maybe looking for someone to pressure this tier 1 tower. And Sylar has finished off that Hurricane Pike, so items being finished here for both ends. They've almost got the Desolator finished for TA, and Yules for the Leshrac. I've been seeing a lot of Atos, and then it's switched over to the Yules. Looks like this could be leading into a smoke. You've got 4 heroes starting to group up over top.
Radiant are scanning.
Sirius throw out a scan. It'll hit on the Jaja and a couple of heroes coming around. Obviously, they don't know the numbers, but that'll be enough for them to go for the scan and try and make a movement over towards mid. Right now, it is Jaja, but on the high ground, they've got a couple of heroes waiting here for them, and that's going to be Alwyn showing up. Blink Burrow Strike only hits on a 1, but they've got the slow onto the Sand King. Meanwhile, it's going to be the Static Storm placed onto a couple with the Echo Slam coming in. They take out Sylar and TMing immediately. Meanwhile, Jaja goes down. Ball lightning out from ASD. Meld Strike onto Firefly. HIM trying to get out, but will end up dying to Wacy. 3 kills there for Newbee. They're the ones who come out ahead, but it did cost them quite a bit. So they throw everything in the kitchen sink on that one. Doom, Static Storm, as well as the Echo Slam coming through. They do lose the Leshrac, but that cost everything. Where I would say Sirius isn't as held back from their ultis. Ooh, Burrow Strike hitting onto 2. There's the Enfeeble, as well as the Nightmare. Locks up SCCC for a moment. They will lose Fenrir, so that's going to be one. The blink back from Wacy across the river, so at least a pick off for themselves. And they do get the deny. Burrow Strike again. Ball Lightning. Vortex locks him over, and Wacy trying to run away. One more shot. Oh, uphill miss. So even at 11 here, Wacy just able to survive going into the Lotus Orb next. Desolator finished off, and for right now, I think Sirius is in a pretty decent spot to lose their courier a little bit earlier. In ASD, he's got himself into the Kaya. So I guess he doesn't get a little overwhelmed in these fights, or doomed, really. He should be okay. You know, even if he does die, and I would say you've got Doom on cooldown and he comes back into it, I think he's in a pretty prime position to fight afterwards. ASD's doing well. Sylar going into that BKB. I think they definitely have a lot of power coming into these next couple minutes, and should look quite nice to maybe take a fight. They don't have a smoke. No, I don't have a smoke. Maybe there was one on the courier just a moment ago. But obviously that courier is dead, and now Newbee are the ones grouping up over bottom. And they've got a smoke on Wacy. We'll see if they back off, push this lane out a little bit, but they do get the scan in Flame. He's spotted by this ward. Wacy looking for the fissure. Will find it. The Static Storm comes out as well as the Doom. That is a lot to commit here, and now you know that Doom is down. Storm has free reign. So you use Static Storm and Doom. That puts Doom on a 2-minute plus cooldown. And honestly, Sirius, once the Sand King's back up, might even look to try and fight. Smoke up, fight, no Doom. Storm should be okay. Why wouldn't you try to fight? Now he's got a BKB. Sylar's close to his. Right now, though, Newbee have a 2,000 net worth lead. They've got that Desolator. They're looking into a BKB on the TA. Meanwhile, Doom, he's got his BKB. 10-second BKB ready to fight with. Alwyn's been farming like a madman right now on this Doom, and obviously that is would have been helped by the Devour. He doesn't even have that level 15 talent just yet. He's a little bit short of it, but as I said, Sirius do smoke up. They're going to be looking to fight here, as they know Doom is on cooldown for a little while longer. It's got about a minute to go. If they could find somebody, that'd be nice. Blink Burrow Strike, that's going to hit onto the Disruptor. They'll look for more. The BKB is going to be popped here by ASD. They've got the Fiend's Grip through the BKB onto the Doom, so they've got themselves 2 kills already. This should turn out to be a 3rd. It will. Ball Lightning even further looking for SCCC, but the blink away. And they will get the double kill for ASD. They've got themselves 3, and from there, they could look to move in a Roche. Here we go. Should be a particularly quick Roche. There it is. Aegis picked up for ASD. Storm, one of the better Aegis carriers in this game. One of the best Aegis carriers in the game. A lot of BKBs coming through. One for Templar Assassin, one for Leshrac. He's got Euls as well as Arcane Boots and Drums for right now. And, well, 3 heroes on Newbee will have BKB. And then you'll have one on the Drow Ranger. And you've already got one on the Storm. Game back to even. Haven't really had much of a lead for either side. 2,000 in favor of Newbee for a moment. And they also had a little bit of an experience lead that has been handed right back to Sirius. And they've looked pretty good. Sour back into the 1 position in a comfortable spot. And they're doing okay. It's 14-12, even game, 23 minutes in. You don't get to say that too often. I feel at this point in a lot of games, they're already 6,000-7,000 net worth ahead. Or one team or the other is 6,000 or 7,000 net worth ahead, not one specific side. They go for the tier 1 bottom. They'll continue to push these creeps in. They've got everybody down here for Sirius trying to force a rotation out of Newbee, and they look like they are going to rotate. They'll have the smoke. They've got a couple of traps down to look towards getting these heroes on the side of Sirius. But the positioning is what it's going to matter with, as Tian Mingyu's on the cliff for a moment. They'll use those drums. They're trying to wrap around behind these heroes on the side of Sirius. Let's see what they're able to do.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Inflame, he's on the back end. He's actually moving towards all. When the smoke will break, he'll go into the Sandstorm. They've got the fissure, but that's not going to land on anybody. And now they have to retreat with the ball lane. And comes in. The BKB is going to be popped here by ASD. He'll look over at the Disruptor. They've got the Burrow Strike on it too. This is going to lock in Jaja for just a moment. It might be a moment that's long enough to get the kill onto this Leshrac, but taking a lot of damage here is Inflame. Meanwhile, they lose all when they'll lose HYM. The damage coming in on SCCC, but the Metal Strike hits onto TMing. It's going to be a 2 for 3 right now. BKB finally popped by TA, and now they'll go for another one. Echo Slam comes out, but is it enough? ASD getting low. He's still got that Aegis. He might even want to just die here to get the full mana and full health back, but actually SCCC backs off before killing him, and he won't be able to continue forward for the TA. But it's a 4 for 3 in the favor of Sirius. Echo Slam used BKBs all over the place, as well as Fiend's Grip and the Epicenter. Sirius come out the winners on that one, but just by a bit. Not sure if he just backed off because he was in fear of his life, or if SCCC knew that popping that Aegis was probably the wrong move in that situation. But it was that split-second decision on whether or not to finish him off that might have saved his life. Courier actually dies again on Sirius. ASD will find Fenrir. Fenrir very dead. The question is, ASD, can he leave? Yes, he can. A lot of gold here on this Storm.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They've got Inflame waiting, pushing, coming out over bottom. Looks like Newbee are going to concede this bottom tier 2.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Weezy going into a Shadow Blade. TA with the Orchid.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Doom with a Blink, and then a Shiva's, and BKB still being built here for Jaja. Siren the Butterfly, though, he's quite farmed, and now he's pushing in the tier 2 over in the middle lane.
Middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Very well done to clean up that tower. And again, Sirius starting to choke out this map where Newbee are finding less and less places to farm. We've got Storm pushing over top. They'd like to take the last tier 2, take away the map control from Newbee, and really make it a little bit harder for them to feel comfortable farming in the jungle or in these lanes when, of course, you've got the mobility of the Storm Spirit that can come through, especially with Blink Dagger on the Sand King and you know, Aether Lens here on the Lina, the Fiend's Grip, the control they have. It just seems like it'll get much, much harder for Newbee to farm effectively.
Radiant's bottom tower
He just
is under
expires. Inflame will TP over bottom.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, 4 heroes here from Newbee set up. With the smoke waiting on Wacy. BKB finished for Sylar, and now these wards coming over towards the jungle. They've got Sandstormed. They've got a Sandstormed Inflame over and waiting by the tower. Sentry placed down. There is the Infernal Blade as well as the Static Storm. He's got to be careful, but the Nightmare saving him for a moment. The Burrow Strike hits on a 3. Inflame, he'll get out. Or I thought he would. He ends up dying there. Alwyn goes down. They'll look for a second. Wacy's going to be that victim. The Nightmare placed on him. SCC looking for an opportunity to maybe come in. But, oh, Wacy? Wacy? He gets out! Oh, but Storm.
Are scanning.
You gotta be... Hello? How did he leave? How did he get out of that one?
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
3 heroes around him inside the trees, and for a moment he's under a sentry ward? Wacy's a genius. I don't know how he pulled that off. But he did. Surprisingly enough, that was only a 1-1 trade. Looked like it could have been a little bit more there for Sirius, but I misspoke on Inflame, quote, getting away, when he, in reality, very much died. But he got a 3-man Burrow Strike. Almost led to a lot more. They look over at Roche. They'll take away the trap. They'll take away the vision. They know Roche may spawn in 40 seconds. They've got the timer ready. And they'll pressure the top lane. Try and get this last outer tower. Sirius is doing a decent job, and I think one of the things that might actually hurt Newbee a little bit later on is these BKB durations if the game goes much later. They need to kind of work with these BKBs. They've got high duration on the Listrak. Is it 8 seconds here for
Radiant's bottom tower
the
is under
Doom as well as, oh no, 9 seconds for SCC. So they've got high duration BKBs to work with. They've got, I think that this is the moment where Newbee can really
Radiant's bottom
benefit is with these high duration BKBs. If they start to get to 6, 5 seconds, I think that could put them in a bit of a tougher spot. A minute and 30 seconds left on that. Setting up, looking like a smoke. They want to find this ward. They've got a smoke ready here on Wacy. Move over again, looking for vision, and they will find it again. They're just clearing the offensive wards of Sirius out. Sirius continuing to farm. Newbee moving it as a pack, with SCCC being the pack leader. Fuels for Inflame. Some motion over towards top from Sirius. They've got Inflame using the Shrine. Might have even been an accident. I'm not sure if he was at full health, full mana, but he was when I looked at him. And Newbee will take the tier 1 tower over top, but immediately back off afterwards. And they've still got these smokes ready to go. Surprisingly, not using them to play anything aggressive just yet. But Roche is up, and they know. Send an illusion in. They are set up by the Roche pit. Both teams setting up relatively close. Sentry ward placed down, and there is a smoke ready on Tian Ming. He'll use it. And this is going to be a big fight. This means Roche, whoever wins this fight, will grab the Aegis. And, well, for Sirius, I know they're down 2,000 net worth, but they only got tier 3 towers to go. But at the same time, Newbee, they've got Jaja. With Diabolic Edict, he could push very quickly.
Dire are scanning.
So they finally smoke up. They do scan. They're inside the Roche pit. Inflame over in the front, and there we go with the drums coming out. That's going to be the blink forward. BKB's going to be popped immediately by Sylar. The stun comes through. Roche in trouble, but, you know, he's like, all right, everybody leave my pit. Burrow strike onto the high ground. Inflame gets away. Firefly hitting, as well as the Fiend's Grip coming out onto the TA. Though glimpse Inflame back. That might actually be a problem for Newbee here. The BKB's going to be popped by Jaja. He's trying to make something happen, but he's forced back. Buyback comes out from the TA. We move over a little bit further north. The stun comes out onto both Seth, Triple C, as well as Alwyn. They'll set up the epicenter. They'll look for a way in. The blink actually comes to the back lines over to the Earthshaker. They've got the stun. Adrian looking for the kill. The Split Earth hits him with the Sand King. He survives again. Wasey. Finally, the ball lightning comes through. They'll get the kill. And now the Vortex onto the Doom. Alwyn in trouble. Ends up dying. ASD moving forward. Fenrir trying to run away. Gets the glimpse out. And will be sent back. Burrow Strike hits on the Jaja. There's the Yules, but they've got him surrounded. He's in trouble, but I've seen Wasey get away from worse. Unfortunately, Jaja won't. So 3 heroes dead here for Newbee. It did cost TA a buyback. Now, potential Roche. Nobody near for Newbee, so it is not potential. It is actually just the Aegis here for Sirius. They put up the Aegis on the Storm. Sylar, meanwhile, picks up the cheese. He's also got that butterfly, and here comes a big pressure push from Team Sirius.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So little glyph, they'll try to hold. Jaja might be forced to buy back. They've got Alwyn up in 10. Now why she is up. We'll finally take the tier 3. Does Earthshaker have Echo Slam ready? I don't hear it. Yeah, he's still got it, so he's looking for a position to throw it in. But they are split up and far back, making it hard for him to blink in and find a successful Echo Slam. Sylar leading Sirius into first set of racks, and they don't end up buying back on Jaja. They've got creeps pressuring over top, and Sirius might even think about looking for another tier 3 and in turn another set of racks. Sentries placed down, and will be cleaned up. They've got the Enfeeble on Jaja, and Newbee still looking for their opening. Sirius don't want to push the envelope any further, and they end up just leaving. Bloodthorn finished here for the TA. Storm's got 15 Bloodstone charges, about to finish off a Shiva, still with that Aegis in his hand. About to hit level 25 too. Lena going into the Ags. Shrek holding that buyback. He's got a Bloodstone, 13 charges in his BKB at 9. Do they have another smoke? They could look to smoke. That is a Aggressive play for a team that's without buyback on their TA. As well as their Doom and Leshrac. Now, actually, the only one who has it is the Disruptor. Sirius, they do back up for a moment, but they are back over towards top. StarLadder cleaning up. Storm, he's ready, level 25. He's got the 500 distance auto remnant in Ball Lightning, so, you know, coming across the team over on the high ground is going to be a good spot for him when they don't really have much of a spot to run. He can come across this line over here and really do quite a bit of damage. And there it is, Ball Lightning over, but it's only going to be onto the Leshrac. They've got the Laguna Blade that comes through as well as the Burrow Strike. They'll get the kill on the Jaja. They'll look from where the Echo Sun comes down to 2, and they may be able to do something here. The BKB is going to be popped by SCCC. Lacey goes down, and now they've lost 2. They've bought back onto this Leshrac, and they'll look to get even more. All in with the BKB as well as Jaja, trying to get a kill here with the Doom mount onto the Silar, but the Ball Lightning's coming out from ASD. Gets the kill on a Fenrir. Now he's going to go to help out his Drow, but he's already dead. Silar ends up losing his life. He doesn't have buyback. He's dead for 90 seconds, but they look over the Leshrac, who just bought back. He'll end up dying. HYM goes down to SCCC as well. 3 dead on the side of Sirius. They look for ASD, but they don't have a Doom to stop him. He's low on mana, but really not low enough to be in much harm. And ASD will TP out successfully. So that is a big lead mounting here for Sirius. They did lose the Aegis. Storm came back up, but technically a hold here for Newbee. You saw how much the Storm was able to do at that moment, though, when he Ball Lightnings into the Leshrac. He could have potentially gone further, but they focused it all on the Leshrac, got the kill, and then took him out a second time after he bought back. So Sirius again. Oh, boy. That is a dead Fenrir. And oh... life left within that man. Fiend's Grip up in 10, as is Sylar. You can expect more pressure to come out from Sirius, as they have just been keeping up the pressure as they got the tier 3 over mid, and then they went for the fight over top. Like to see Sylar survive, but unfortunately they lost him as the Ball Lightning was in a retreating fashion from ASD. Could have saved Sour if maybe a moment earlier, but that is just unfortunate timing there for Sour on this draw. Still sitting top of the net worth, has the Lincolns, now with the cheese, so should be in a good spot to survive this onslaught coming in next over bottom. What is the buyback situation looking like? Oh, nose across the board. That makes it my life real easy.
I'm getting a second wind.
SCCC going into Lincoln's. 4,200 gold saved up. His BKB's at 7. The Dooms is at 6. I should leave their Shack at 7 as well. No, he's actually at 8. Level 23 for right now. Would love that 50% cooldown reduction.
Dire's bottom shrine.
Take this bottom shrine. I don't know if Newbee really want to fight this. I don't think they should fight this. They would want to wait until this comes all the way to the high ground, as they've got everything up again. So they'll have Echo Slam. They'll have the Doom. They can mount a defense. It just requires Sirius to be, I would say, in bad position. When you've got Drow and you've got Storm's going to be zipping around and making things hard for you, and Sand King looking for the right blink initiation, you're just not going to find that many heroes here for Earthshaker to Echo Slam. They push the creeps in, and Jaja. I'll clean them up very quickly. The trap right here spots Sylar. Again, at any moment, I think Sirius could just ball lightning in and go for this, especially with Inflame nearby. Can move forward, blink, burrow, strike, or epicenter, then go in, but now he's going to be doomed to start this. This is actually Newbee who are looking for the initiation. They'll get the kill onto the Sand King, but they lose the Doom immediately following. The Yules comes out on a StarLadder. The BKB is going to be popped by Jaja. They'll look for one more on a TMing, who's able to survive with the Guardian Greaves coming out. He's still alive. Jaja moving forward, finally gets the kill. ASD, though, all lightning. They can't catch this man. And Newbee losing 3 are now in serious trouble. Down to just the Doom as well as the Earthshaker, as they did lose the TA, but HCC forced to buy back. TMing does go down.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Bought back on Inflame, and now they'll buy back on TMing. Hook Stomp, Inferno Blade, Fissure coming through, Doom in trouble, the silence out on a 2, Earthshaker unable to do anything with that, the Burrow Strike hits on both of them, now the Laguna Blade follows it up, and the Earthshaker forced to buy back, but SCCC tapping out. GG is called. Team Sirius will take game 1 in this best of 2 group stage. So Sirius win game 1. What good doing so. There were opportunities for Newbee there, but ASD kind of going off in this game. And 13-4-14, Sour 11-4-9. Just unfortunate there for Newbee. They really couldn't line too much up. Even with the BKBs, it just did not seem like enough. So, you know, Sirius withstand Newbee's pressure for a moment and then put on their own pressure, and from there just kind of take over in this game. It was pressure here from Newbee. They withstood it, pushed forward, won the game. They'll take game 1 in this group stage best of 2, and that is it for game 1. We'll be back with game 2 in just a moment. Stay right there. I'm your caster BCop at BCop92 on Twitter. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to our sponsors, DX Racer, and we'll be back with game 2 in just a moment.